Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, Remove Nation. It's Coach Rama, and I'm here with Coach Amy and Coach Christy. We are here to lead you today in Coach Nettie's total body workout. Let's get started with those warm-ups. We've got 10 glute bridges, 3 forward and back bear crawls, and 3 eyes, Ys, and T's. Let's get started. Good morning, Christy and Amy.
Good morning.
I miss you guys. I say that every time.
I know.
Now, as you see, these are some great side angles. You can tell that Christy and Amy are not popping their rib cage with those glute bridges. They're squeezing and activating.
What are we doing for
over into those bear crawls? 3 forward, 3 back. Keep those hips low. Very nice. You're going to go straight into eyes, Ys, and T's. 3 eyes. Christy's going to lay flat on her stomach. There you see it. And she's pulling up, keeping her feet on the floor. She's doing 3 eyes. She's going to go out to Ys with those thumbs up. Very nice, Amy. And then out to T's. 3 in each position. And then they're going to go back to those glute bridges. Good. Pushing through those heels. What you got?
I said we sing to this so it's not so quiet. Our bones cracking.
Not this morning. Not with all these cottonwoods in the air. I'd sound like a I don't know what. Well, my kids already say that I sound like an old man sometimes in the mornings. Good. Watch those bikes, Amy.
Yeah, I know.
I imagine that would be like a domino effect. You'd knock one over and then they'd all fall over. Nice, guys. Look at that neutral spine. So pretty.
We just do this 3 times right here, right?
Yep. 3 forward, 3 back. Amy's looking good. We're only going to go through this 2 rounds of this warm-up. Good. They're both looking down at the floor. Once we get through those 2 rounds, I want you guys to go ahead and slide into a cobra stretch. Pull those shoulder blades back and down. Let those hip flexors stretch, stretch, stretch. Good. Tuck those toes. Let's push those hips up. Let's go into that downward dog. While you're in this downward dog, let's go ahead and walk the dog. I just think it feels good, right?
So good.
Bending knees. Good. Go back into that cobra stretch. Once again, shoulder blades back and down, letting those hip flexors stretch. I think the last time we were together, Amy, you told me your hip flexors were tight.
Yes, they were very tight. They're feeling good today.
Good. Back up into that downward dog.
I've been riding my bike a lot, Rima.
Oh, look at you.
Quarantine. I keep thinking about you and your son.
Oh, let's not think about that. That's been on the back burner for sure. Amy's talking about me wanting to do it's like a 160-mile ride across Indiana. I don't know. We'll see, y'all. All right, go into that cobra stretch. All right, guys, we're going to move into our scap push-up. So move into an FLR. What does FLR stand for, Christy?
Forward leaning rest.
Yay. We're going to do scap push-ups. They drop their shoulders.
Most asked question when somebody comes to remove.
What?
The most asked question when somebody comes to remove.
It really is. I agree.
I have to say, it doesn't feel very restful.
No,
It doesn't.
I agree.
All
All right, guys, roll over onto your backs. We are going to do a supine scorpion, arms straight out to the side. I love these. Alternate taking opposite foot to that opposite hand. It just feels so good.
Lots of spine popping.
What did you say, Christy?
Lots of spine popping.
Oh, yeah.
Keep those scaps on the floor as you go side to side. Give me one more on each side, and you're gonna stay on your backs. Now you're gonna put one ankle on top of the other knee. We're gonna do that lying figure four. Reach through, pull back. Make sure you keep your head on the floor. A lot of times people wanna lift their head up, but you actually get a much better stretch if you keep your head on the floor. This is a great stretch right when you first wake up in the morning while you're still in bed. Good, let's switch legs. Same thing on the other leg. Reach through, pull back. Also a great opportunity to get some good diaphragmatic breaths while you're laying on that back. Nice. All right, let's roll over onto our stomachs. We're gonna go into prone scorpion. Arms straight out at the side. Once again, take that opposite foot to that opposite hand. Good, pushing that shoulder into the floor. While you're doing this active stretch, don't be afraid to lift that top arm just to give yourself a little added push. Good work, guys. Nice, even up your sides. We're gonna go into FLR thumbs up. So you can do this either in an FLR position, or you can do it just in a kneeling position on your knees if you want. Christy is in that FLR. Go ahead and start. And Amy is doing the kneeling. I love that. See, Amy has her hips forward so that she's trying to keep a straight line from her shoulders to her knees. So pretty. Good. Spread those fingers apart. Grip the floor. There you go. All right, back to your stomachs, guys. Once you even out your sides, we're gonna do eyes, Ys, and Ts. But let's do this where I'm gonna count you off at the top of your eyes and at the top of your Ys and the top of your Ts. We're gonna do a hold. Ready? Here we go. Pull up and hold. 2, 1. Slide out to a Y. Up and hold. 2, 1. Out to a T. Up and hold. 2, 1. Good. Give me 2 more rounds of that same thing on your own. Good. Activating. You guys burning a little bit?
A little bit.
Hey, did you guys know we have Turkish get-ups?
Yay! I knew that.
I love them. Christy hates them.
Hey, I was just gonna have no comment.
All right, once you finish up that third round of Eyes, Ys, and Ts, let's go ahead and get ready for Turkish get-ups. Let's do these unweighted because this is honestly just about kind of training our Turkish get-ups. Don't worry, we're gonna have weighted here in a few minutes. So let's do unweighted Turkish get-ups. We're gonna spend 30 seconds on each side. The first round will be half Turkish get-ups, then we'll move on to 3/4, and then we'll move on to full Turkish get-ups. Before we get started, let me say this. Use this time to try to hit each position, flowing from one position to another, but really focusing on activating core. Turkish get-ups are the #1 exercise that you all can do when you are unable to get to a gym, unable to pull something up on your phone. What a great way to hit a total body workout. This is why we love Turkish get-ups. This is why Turkish get-ups have been around forever. There's so much core and stabilizing in it. It's so good. All right, here we go. Same arm up as the knee is up, as you see these beautiful ladies. They're gonna come up on that elbow, very nice, up on that hand. They're gonna push those hips up and they're gonna come back down to the floor, hitting each position again. We're staying on this side for 30 seconds. Keep it up, ladies. As you can tell, Christy is looking at her extended hand the whole time through this. Very nice. Thank you, Amy. There's a reason for that, guys. If you keep your eyes on that weight above your head, you're more likely to keep that weight or your hand directly over your shoulder the whole time. You all have 5 more seconds before we move to the other side, still only doing halves. Let's switch sides. Switch that extended arm and that extended leg. Go right into it. Once again, pushing those hips up. As you can tell, they are keeping their heel flat on the floor as they push those hips up to the ceiling. What happens a lot of times as we get tired is we go up on that toe. So always wanting to try to keep hitting each position. Amy, try to keep that knee out. Try not to let that knee collapse in. There you go. All right, let's go back over to our original side. Now this time, guys, we're gonna go all the way up to 3/4, so up to that half kneeling position. So let's do it together. Up on the hand, up on the elbow, up on the hand, hips up. I want you to slide that foot through. Good. Now in that half kneeling position, look straight ahead. Very nice. Now let's go in reverse. Hand back down. Now slide that foot back through, hips up. Yep, hips down, down on the elbow, and then down on the back. We're gonna stay on this side for 30 seconds, really engaging that core. Good. When you pull that foot through, go ahead and stick those glutes out. Good job. We have 8 more seconds on this side, guys. Let's switch sides. Switching to that other side, coming up to that half kneel. Still pushing through their heel, as you can tell. Very nice. And as Amy brings those long legs through. Very nice, very nice. For those of us that have knee issues, a lot of times bringing that foot through can be a mobility issue. So it's good to know that you don't have to go all the way up. You can go down to that other side or down to that half and then 3/4. Let's get back down to the ground and let's start with fulls. Let's go all the way up to standing. I'm going to let you all go ahead and go through it and I'll talk them through it. Good, pushing those hips through. Very nice. As you see Christy stood all the way up. Very nice. We're staying on this side for another 6 seconds. So let's just get back down to the ground. And then we'll switch sides. All right, other side. I will tell you on Turkish get-ups that I definitely struggle to bring one leg through more than the other. Again, that's with my knee issue. So I really have to focus on kind of that scap extension and pushing those hips up. We are almost through this. Good. When you get back down to the ground, let's go ahead and stop. And that's going to be the end of our reactive. Great review. You guys are pretty. You look so good. Good. You know, it's really fun that you all don't, that we don't see a whole lot, but as far as when we're in class, but as you can tell, like these movements can be very different depending on how long your legs can be. So it's really good contrast for Christy and Amy. All right, guys, now we're going to move into our resistance. We have an alternating dead stop Romanian deadlift. And these are per side, so these are single leg deadlifts. Amy's going to demonstrate. She is using, what are those, Amy?
Downy.
She's ready to do a lot of laundry. All right, so Amy is going to demonstrate what these are going to look like. So you're going to stay on one leg for 5. And notice each time she goes down, she's going to place, see how she's alternating, placing a weight on the floor. You don't have to use Downy or water jugs. You can use weights, but she's going to do 5 on one leg and then she'll do 5 on the other leg. And then we have a single arm. Christy, can you demonstrate a single arm up overhead? Yep. Walking lunge. She's going to do 10 lunges with her right arm up. Very pretty. And then she'll do 10 lunges with her left arm up. See, her bicep is right next to her ear. Great. And then they're going to have some type of ball, or you could even use a small step stool for single leg glute bridges. And they will do 5 on each leg, where they place one foot on and then they hug the other knee, right? Because that way we isolate. And they'll do 5 on one and 5 on the other. We have 3 rounds of this, guys. We're going to try to stick together as much as possible. These are not to be rushed through. These are meant for us to build strength and build on those stabilizing muscles as well. Remember, 5 per leg, single leg deadlift with that dead, it's called alternating dead stop. Ready? Let's go ahead and get started. Begin 5 on each leg. This is not alternating. This is 5 on one leg, 5 on the other. You are alternating on how you place that weight on the floor. You should always have something in your hand, one hand at a time. Good. Keeping that chest out, driving that heel to the ceiling, trying not to deactivate that working leg. 5 on that, on each leg. Very nice. It's okay to, as you can tell, Christy put a toe down in the back. Absolutely fine for that. And then once they get done with 5 on each leg, then they're going to go into those walking lunges, 10 on each side. Now, Amy, as you can tell, to work with like both of us, so she's going to do alternating reverse lunge. Good job.
How's she so fast?
I don't know. I feel like Bobo, you just did like 50.
It was 5 per side, right?
It's 5 per leg. So yes, but 5, it's 10 total single leg deadlift. It's okay. You did 20. It's all good. But as you can tell, Christy, like her true self, she's just kind of going rogue. She's going to walk all over that big house. She's enjoying not being in the tiny house. You got a lot more space to move. Good. Keep that bicep right next to the ear. Keep that arm straight. Amy, how much weight you got there?
Just 12.
Nice. What you got, Bobo?
15.
And then once they have that, they're going to go into single leg glute bridges. Make sure you hug the non-working. There we go. Why do we do that, Christy? Why do we hug that non-working knee?
To isolate other side.
What?
5 per leg. Good job, guys. I feel like Nettie is doing the ultimate test. There's a whole lot of counting.
It is so much counting. I should not be in this workout.
Oh, gosh. All right, guys, let's get started with our second round of this. Remember, it's 5 per side. It's that stop single leg deadlift, Romanian single leg deadlift. Very nice. You're only doing 5 on one leg, but you're alternating where you only have a weight in one hand at a time. Keep that chest out, driving that heel to the ceiling. Even if you have to put a toe down on the ground for stabilizing, that's completely fine, but you're not completely deactivating that working leg. Good. And then they're going to go into 10 walking lunges with that weight overhead. I love how Christy's keeping her hand right there on her rib cage. Why are you doing that, Christy?
Make sure my core is locked in.
That's so good. And Amy is doing the alternating reverse lunge, which whether you have enough space or not, for those of us that might have some ankle, knee, hip issues, alternating reverse lunge may be just a better option. If you are unable, so Amy, let me ask this. How is this different for reverse lunges having a weight overhead?
A lot more stabilizing.
Yeah, right?
Yes.
Always working that core.
My core is burning right now.
Good. 10 on each, or 10, not each leg, 10 walking or reverse lunges, 10 with one arm, 10 with the other, and then going straight into those 5 per side single leg glute bridges. Push those hips up, keeping that rib cage down. Sometimes people will complain about their backs hurting. That's probably because you popped your rib cage and not kept it engaged, not kept your core engaged.
My ball's rolling. That first one was not graceful.
I was doing the same thing.
Good. Finish
fell
up
on my
those
glute
bridges. All right, let's start this third round together. All right, final round of this. Alternating, placing those weights. Let's go for it. Very nice. I like that, Amy. I like that adjustment you just made, pulling those shoulder blades back and down. Very nice.
My secret's out. I'm a Downy hoarder. A lot of Downy to have on hand.
You're
Hey, I finally got this by the third round.
You got it. 5 on one leg, 5 on the other.
The right brain, left brain stuff does not work good for me.
Oh, you got it. I just thought you were wanting to do mass numbers or something.
You can go be better than that.
All right, let's do those walking lunges or reverse lunges. Pushing through that front heel. Keep that knee. Yeah, watch your right knee, Amy. It kind of wants to come in and pronate a little bit on that foot. Make sure you keep that right knee out. There you go. So
I
pretty.
will tell you, I've had right knee pain, so I do really have to watch that.
Yeah. Well, we as women definitely have that more significant angle from hip to knee. And so we definitely have to focus on that, trying to keep our weight on the outside of that foot. Make sure you're not letting that weight float to the inside and pronating, collapsing that knee. Good. Now go into those. I think Christy just lapped you.
She did.
She did those circles around her living room. Good. 5 single leg glute bridges. Now, while they are wrapping this up, for the next part of resistance, we are going to have 3 rounds where you're going to need to have something to sit on. You can use a bench, you can use a couch, you can use a chair, does not matter. We're going to do seated curl to press. Once again, ooh, I like that sweat rag there. I saw that. Good. They're going to grab their weights, and it's 15 seated curl to press.
Ooh.
And then it's going to be 10 bench or chair dips. I'm going to have Christy demonstrate her curl to press really fast. She's sitting on the edge, as you can tell. She's going to curl up and press up overhead. Good. And then she's going to go into dips. Go ahead and demonstrate dips for me. She's adding a little weight. You can add a little weight to your lap. You could put a child there, a small child or a large child. I don't know. It depends on how well you can do those dips. You'll do 10 of those. And then, Amy, will you demonstrate the walking FLR? So you're going to go into that FLR position. You'll go 6 one direction, 6 the other. You might have to be careful of, how big your steps are. But as you can tell, she's keeping her core engaged. She's walking side to side. Even if you have to go 3, 3, 3, and 3, right?
I'm gonna
We
have
gotta do what we gotta do. All right, here we go. We got 3 rounds, 15 seated curl to press. Let's go ahead and go, ladies. What weights are you using, Christy?
10.
What about you, Amy?
10.
Yay, look at you guys. Did you guys coordinate that?
No.
Sit nice and tall, stretching the crown of your head to the ceiling. We're always working that good posture, keeping our core tucked in as you press up 15 of these. Again. So if you notice, Amy is finishing her presses with her palms out, and Christy is doing more of a neutral grip. Honestly, I say choose. It's up to you which you want to do. 15.
It's a lot.
I counted my demo one.
And then going into those bench or chair dips. You can do those with your feet straight out or bent. Obviously, if you have weight on your hips, you might need to keep your knees slightly bent. Or you could go, if you go unweighted, you could have your legs straight out.
How many?
You got 10 of those.
I wasn't doing any extras.
You learned your lesson.
Yeah.
You can see from that side angle that Amy has right there, she's not going past 90 degrees on those dips. Good. And then 6 per side, FLR, walking lunge, or walking FLR. High core. This is another, I know a lot of people complain about some wrist issues. This is another good time. Spread those fingers apart and grip the floor. Make this a little bit more of kind of that animal activation where you grip the floor and it transfers the weight. So it's not all just sitting on those wrists. Also engage your scaps. As you can tell, Amy's doing that. Almost there, Amy.
Do we do this again?
Yeah, we're gonna do this again. All right, going back into those curl to presses.
My heart rate's up.
Good, go for it. Now, just because you're seated, that does not mean that your core is not engaged. In order to keep that solid posture and pressing your the crown of your head to the ceiling, you have to engage that core. Good, pushing through those heels, squeezing our glutes, right?
Ready?
We're getting heavy.
Seen a lot. I like it. Good work, guys. 15 of those, then we're gonna go straight into those 10 bench dips, chair dips, couch dips, ottoman dips, whatever. Of course, Amy's fancy. She actually has a bench.
Fancy.
Good. 10 of those bench dips, going right into it.
It's hard.
But you look pretty. The funny part is, so my kids, they can always tell when I've done one of these videos early in the morning, because when they get up, I'm like all done. They're like, "Oh, you must have had a Zoom call." this morning."
Funny. Okay, walking in colors.
That's 3
Yep.
rounds?
FLRs. On those
3
toes.
rounds?
Pull that navel to your spine. Yep, we're about to start our 3rd round.
Are you done, Christy?
We're waiting on Long Legs McGee here.
All right. Okay, done.
Ta-da! All right, let's go back into those 15 curl to press. Nice.
This is
and
no
tall.
joke right here.
Just look at it this way. You're warming up for your Turkish get-ups.
Oh my
Uh,
goodness. See how this goes.
I have to say, based on the lighting in that garage, Amy,
Yeah.
your arms are popping.
Oh.
I can't tell with Bobo quite as much. I know she's popping, but that window behind her is keeping me from being able to see those shoulders.
let's just assume that I'm popping.
You're totally popping.
You're popping, Bobo.
Popping Bobo. There we go. Keep those knees out, Amy. Sitting nice and tall. There we go. Push through those heels. Good work. Go right into those dips. 10 of them. Don't forget to breathe on these. I hear no breathing. Are we okay in there?
My wrist.
Woo!
Great job. 6 of those walking FLRs. And then we're going into our conditioning. Something to pay attention to, guys, during this time that we are, quarantined and we're doing all this stuff at home. I do like to remind people when they start talking about some joint pain and whatever, like really start looking at your diet. That is a great way to figure out things that your body likes and that it doesn't. All right. Are you guys ready for conditioning?
I'm already sweating profusely, but yes.
Yeah, what the heck was that?
All right, guys. So listen, we have a ladder. We've already gone through, obviously you knew that Turkish get-ups were going to be a part of this. We've already gone through talking about Turkish get-ups. We're going to continue to break it down while we do this ladder, but you have 1 per side Turkish get-up. Then you have 1 bent over row. On those bent over rows, you can use weights. You could use those Downy jugs that Amy had. You could use a bag of dog food. And 1 front rack squat. So next, 2 on each side, Turkish get-ups, 2 bent over row, and 2 front rack squats. We're gonna start this. I'm gonna go ahead and start the time. Amy, you wanna get in position? You have all your weights ready? Here, get your drink. Get your drink. Now, as they go through this, I am gonna talk about a few things I really want you all to focus on. This first round, let's talk about this Turkish get-up because I feel like we all need to refocus some. Again, it's same arm, same leg. On that first move, I don't want you to use momentum. I want you to use your core. You're gonna push through that heel, so it's a push-pull. Ready, let's start the clock. 15 minutes of this, y'all. See how they pull up and push through that heel? Good, and they're gonna push up, and as they bring that foot through, they're gonna push those hips back, hit that good position, and then they're gonna stand up in that half kneeling and then all the way up. Good, as you all can see from that side view, I really want you guys to be able to see each one of these positions. They're gonna do 1 on one side, 1 on the other. Really cut down on using momentum. You're hitting each position, but it really should flow. See how Amy pushes those hips back? Very nice, Amy. And then she's gonna lever that leg through. So as she goes down and places that hand, she brings that foot underneath her hips and pushes back. Good, and then Bobo's going straight into that bent over row and into that front rack squat.
And here are the Turkish get-ups again.
Good, 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 good. Once again, use this opportunity with this ladder to really continue to focus on form. Again, don't use momentum to come up to that elbow. And then as you bring that foot through, sit those hips back, your foot's underneath you. And then as Amy and Christy came up to that half kneeling position, then they swing that foot back. This is honestly a really good opportunity for those of you at home. If you're really trying to get that form down, maybe stop, reverse, and double check their position as they do this. Keeping that bicep right next to that ear. Good work, good work.
I just realized I think I only did one on the other side. What we're gonna call it? 2%.
I really love the side views for these Turkish get-ups for you guys. Once again, feel free, pause it, rewind, go back, and let's really work on that form, guys. Once again, Turkish get-ups, the best total body workout you can get when you can't get to a gym. It doesn't even have to be weighted. We are 2 minutes and 45 seconds in.
Raymond, tell me if my arm starts drifting out.
I will. So this is why, honestly, when I coach this, I always talk about, so I'm going to talk Amy through this. She keeps her eyes on that weight and she goes all the way up. She does not look forward until she's in that half kneeling position. So once she's in that half kneeling position, she looks forward. She stands tall into that Statue of Liberty position. And then as she goes back down into that half kneeling and goes to put that hand back on the floor, that's when she once again looks up at that weight. By looking at the weight, you help to ensure that weight's going to stay directly over your shoulder. Because when that weight starts to float out there, that's when people are going to have some shoulder issues. We want to make sure that you are keeping your good position. Very nice. When she went to place that hand down, she pushed those hips back at the same time, brought that foot underneath her. Now, I want to also encourage you guys. A lot of times I see people pick a weight that is either too heavy for the number of reps. So as we continue to ladder up, right? Because you go 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3. As you continue to ladder up, if you need to go down in weight, you go down in weight. If you need to do it unweighted, you go unweighted. If you have mobility issues, it's okay. We already went through the half, 3/4, right? So feel free to only do a half. Feel free to only do 3/4. But still, don't back away from Turkish get-ups simply because of having mobility issues. As you all know, we're really good at Remove about modifying, and that's a great way to still modify and still get a lot out of this movement. Good. One of the things to watch for on these Turkish get-ups is when you put that hand down on the ground and you look up, make sure that weight is staying straight over your shoulder. Don't let it float out. Don't let it float back. Good flow. And it's a whole lot of time under tension, guys.
A lot.
So look how deep those squats are, Bobo. Looking good.
Oh, are you already on the spot?
Good job, guys. We are 5 minutes and 40 seconds in. How you feeling?
Oh my gosh.
So good.
Down in weight.
I'm going down in weight for sure.
What are you doing, Bobo?
What?
What are you doing?
I had 8 and my next lowest weight that I have right now is 3. And I'll take it.
Dramatic weight change.
This feels pretty good though, I'm not gonna lie.
let me say this. You guys could equally get a hard workout if you were to, you know, a lot of times when I teach this in class, I'll have people take their shoe off, which they hate because they hate untying and they hate retying. They get really mad at me. I'm okay with it though. Anyway, I will teach for them to put their shoe in their hand and not to grip the shoe, but to just let it sit there. Because obviously, if you go and you don't keep that arm directly over your hand directly over your shoulder, you're going to drop that shoe. So it's a really great training tool. And as you get higher in reps, it might be a good alternative to be able to continue to focus on that good form. Keep that bicep next to your ear. Look up at that weight. Keep it direct. There you go. Very pretty. Nice. Remember, as you place that hand going back down on the ground to push those hips back, sit back kind of on that glute and bring that foot underneath you. And then as you go all the way down, sliding it out. I remember one time in a trainer workout, Israel had us do 100 of these. I couldn't walk.
Mercer told me about that.
I couldn't walk the next day very well. I'm not gonna lie. A lot of get-ups. Very nice, guys. As you can tell with this 15-minute ladder, your rest is the bent over rows and the front squats.
I hate front squats, but I'm loving them today.
Good job, guys. Oh, hey, we are halfway through. That's awesome, right? We're currently at 8 minutes and 25 seconds. This is one of those where people are really going to be sending their love to Nettie, right? Nettie wants to take a selfie.
I do love you, Nettie. I do.
Nettie wants you to take a selfie of the weight you used for the first Turkish get up and the weight you're using for your last Turkish get up.
Yes.
Oh, goodness.
Maybe what rep number are you on?
I'm on 4.
Okay.
What about you, Bobo?
I thought I was on 4. I just wanted to double check.
Oh, so it wasn't that you were competing, it was that you were lost.
No, exactly. The story of my life.
You know what's really encouraging? You may not find this encouraging right now, but I find this encouraging. When we first started doing these Zoom workouts early morning, it was like dark almost the entire workout. Look at it. Look how the sun is coming up earlier and earlier. Yay! That makes me happy. Woo! Look how low those are, Amy. Look at you. Look at you.
I'm on 2.
Okay, so just to give another update, we got 5 minutes left. Yeah. Whoop, whoop, whoop. I will start to count down that time a little bit more. That way, as we continue to wind down, I want to make sure that with those Turkish get-ups, we don't want one side getting up more than the other side, right? So we got to make sure we even out our sides. That does not mean you need to slow down, in case some of you need that encouragement. Good work. Once again, having the right weight matters.
It does.
I'm still at 8 pounds, Bobo.
My 8 pounds would not be doing good right now.
Huh?
I said if I was doing 8 pounds still, it would not be good right now. You still rocking 8, David?
Yeah, she is.
Nice.
I don't think she can talk though. I think
I can't.
she's pretty out of breath. Nice. Once again, as you get higher in reps, There's no shame in going unweighted as long as you're still hitting all those positions. Remember that first move up is not momentum. We are trying to push through our heel and pull up with our core through our elbow. There's so many different things that you can focus on Turkish get-ups, guys, that, I mean, you could have a half-day lesson on each position and what the purpose is. So let's focus on a few of the really important things that I want you to keep hitting. Once again, that first move, it's a push-pull, push through that heel, pull up on that elbow using that core. And also when Christy pulls that foot through and her hip, she pushes that hip back, places that hand back on the ground as she comes back down. I really want you to sit those glutes back. You should feel that stretch through that hamstring and that glute. It should definitely feel different. Good. And then that hip extension at the top. I really do like that when we're at the top of that Turkish get up. Hey guys, we are at 12:35 right now. We're winding down. Look at you. What rep number are y'all on?
5.
Yep.
Good work. We are almost at the 2-minute drill. That right there is 2 minutes. 2 minutes left. You got this, Amy. Look at you. She's soldiering through. I hope that one of those children has made you breakfast so that when you're done, you have something to eat, Amy.
I'm gonna try my shoe.
Yeah, I like this. Christy's gonna try her shoe this time. Hey, Christy, maybe just go to 2 per side.
Okay.
Okay?
Yep.
You're like, yeah, I got it.
No problem.
Because you guys have 1 minute, 10 seconds left.
See if I can make these front squats last that long.
Good. How hard is that, Bobo? You got 50 seconds left.
Right now, actually.
Amy, just do 1 on each side.
You got it.
It feels good because I have like the lightest weight shoes ever.
That's true.
They're like
That's
weird.
true. 30 seconds, y'all. Make sure your sides are even. Once your sides are even, we do have a finisher, of course. Nettie's always going to have a finisher. We love you, Coach Nettie.
Yes.
Once your sides are even, I want you to go ahead and rest.
You got it.
Put that shoe back on, Bobo.
You don't have to tell me twice.
All right, Amy, are your sides even?
They are now.
All right, good. Okay, so for our finisher, this is what we got. We've got 10 per leg bicycles with a weight over your chest. Amy, can you demonstrate that really fast? This is also what we call crossovers, just without your arms involved. Her arms are going to be straight up overhead, and she's just going to alternate extending those legs. Very nice. Then modified tuck in. Bobo, you want to do that? Modified tuck in.
Yeah.
Her hands are behind her back. Her chest is tall. Yeah, nice. And then leg levers, Amy. You want to demonstrate those leg levers? These long legs. So Amy is not going to let her legs get to 90 degrees, right? Because once her legs get to 90 degrees, they've deactivated. Good. All right, rest. Rest, ladies. Okay, so our core finisher. We're going to do 2 rounds of this. All right, guys? We've got 10 per leg of those bicycles or crossovers without your arms, 10 modified tuck-ins, and 10 leg levers. Are you ladies ready?
Did we have weights for one of them?
For the bicycles, yes, that's up overhead.
Perfect.
You're going to use your ball, your medicine ball?
Yep.
Perfect. All right, let's do this. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, begin. I want you to fully extend. Good, good, good. And pull those toes. Let's do that dorsiflexion. Pull those toes towards your face. You feel a difference in that, Bobo?
Yep.
Yeah. Then modified tuck-ins, 10 modified tuck-ins. Hands behind your back, extend and tuck in. And then you're gonna go into those leg levers.
Is that 10 of those?
Pardon me?
10?
10 of those.
Are the bicycles 10 per leg?
10 per leg on those bicycles. Keep those legs straight, Amy. Pull those, you know what? Let's go ahead and pull those toes back towards our face again. You can definitely feel a difference there. Good, 10 of these. And then I want you to give me another round of bicycles, modified tuck-ins, and leg levers. Hold that weight up overhead. Let's do this. Now, Nettie did write in a 30-second rest if you need it, but because our trainers are such superstars, they're just going right into it. Look at that, very nice. Now, as you can tell, Amy goes ahead and lets her head lay back and Bobo pops it up. A lot of you will complain about having some neck issues if you hold your head up for too long. So go ahead and lay that head back and fully extend. All right, right into those modified tuck-ins. You're almost there, guys. For those of you at home, I say go ahead and do that third round of all of these, but our coaches are only going to do 2. That's because I just love them so much.
Thank you.
Leg levers, 10 of those. I can't wait until we're back in the gym,
Me too.
but it sure is nice seeing you guys every morning that we film. Good. All right, for those of you at home, y'all want to tell you what? Christy, what would you like to say to those people at home?
I hope you survived that one. And I love Nettie.
How about you, Amy?
Yes, that was a great workout. Praise God for technology because it's allowed us to stay connected. So
That's right. Keep those videos coming. Those videos are awesome. Those pictures are awesome. Keep reaching out to each other, and let's keep this community thriving through this time. We love you guys. See you soon.
Yeah, post that selfie too. The beginner, Turkish get up and what you finish with.
yeah.
Exactly.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Love you.